Hey everyone, welcome back. We just acquired our second rune. So where do we go now? You're probably thinking, need to get through 3 runes to win. You've got 2, let's go get our 3rd rune. Wrong, do not think that. Please do not think that. I see so many people asking for advice on those lines on Reddit, etc. Don't think that. The 3rd rune is significantly harder than these first 2. So if you go try to get a 3rd rune now, you're probably going to die. Let's do a little recap. So, this floor layout's really funky. So, let's do a little recap. We did 11 floors of dungeon, then we did lair, orc, finished the dungeon, we did our first rune in swamp, we did elf, and now we've done spider. What you would then next do is you would always do the first 4 levels of vaults. So vaults is a 5 rune branch and the runes on the 5th floor. It's then one of the possible 3 that we would do. But even then, even if you wanted to do vaults, once you've done the first 4 runes of vaults, you want to do depths first. And then once you've done 4 vaults of depths, which is another 5 floors, then, and only then, you think about your 3rd rune. Let's head to vaults. Capital G for go, go to vaults, and we'll go to level 1. Oh god. I don't know if you saw that recording. I was accidentally hitting my Windows 1. Okay, here we are. What have we got? We've seen hill giants a lot. Yaktor captains. A Yaktor is kind of like a centaur. They always have crossbows though. A Yaktor captain is the harder Yaktor. Unlike centaurs though, they're not fast, so you can walk away from them if you need to. With our reflection though, ranged dudes with crossbows are actually laughably non-threatening. I'm still wearing my poison ring. Do I want to wear that? Probably cold is more valuable than poison while we're in vaults, but I have the ability to go invis if I need to. I'm going to wear Shift P, capital P. I'm going to wear the, or we could be wearing an MR ring. I'm going to wear the cold ring, and then if we want to go invis or we face a poison threat, then we'll put on that other ring. For magic resistance, we can always just pop Troxand if we need to. Okay, here are a couple of new enemies, and in combination they're not so nice. The first one is this yellow one. He's an ironbrand convoker. We examine him with XP. He has 2 things, the first of which is a scary one, Word of Recall. That calls enemies from somewhere else on the floor and transports them all here. But because they're not summons, they're actually real enemies, you'll then be surrounded by who knows what's on this floor. Could be anything really. And going upstairs as with normal summons isn't going to help you. He also mites others. We've seen a mite symbol. It's a little yellow thing. Just watch out for that, because when monsters do 150% of their normal damage, if it's something that has a lot of base damage anyway, you will surprisingly die. As in, you won't be expecting it and you'll just suddenly take 90 damage in a turn and then go, what happened? And then you go look at your log and you go, oh, that monster was mited. I see. The other one is this Vault Warden. XV. There's a lot of planes going over at the moment. One's really loud, just wait that one out. There we go. He has the ability to seal doors. Ah, okay. I was going to say the name seal doors is a bit misleading, but the description tells you here. Can also seal stairs. So what will happen is he hasn't noticed me yet, but if I start walking back towards this door, he might very well then lock it. He'll seal it so I can't get through. So the combination here is basically this guy's going to lock me in this room so I can't leave, and then the other one, the convoker, is going to summon a whole bunch of things. I'm going to be forced to fight. These vault wardens as well are one of the main dangers when you do Vaults 5. That's why even if you want to do the Vaults rune, you don't go straight away, because all the stairs for Vaults 5 are right in the middle of the floor, and then these guys will lock you in. So everything of the whole of Vaults 5 will start running towards your stairs in the middle, and you won't be able to leave. So anyway, that's a lot of talking. You didn't even notice us. What did... The convoker just brought a Cyclops and a couple of orcs. And an ogre maybe. Okay. We didn't get locked in. There's the next guy catching his breath. His thing that he does is warning cry makes noise so it can alert monsters, but it's this one. He can mark you. Mark can be incredibly dangerous, but depending on where you are, if you're in a nice place to start off with, it's not so bad. What Mark does is it alerts every other enemy on the floor to your presence. So everything will start running at you when you're marked. If we had just been locked in, and so we were stuck in this room, and we saw this guy, I'd probably put on Trog's hand, because the mark thing is a magic resistance thing. But because I didn't get locked in, well, you can see I just locked this door. But it's fine because I'm still kind of fighting in the doorway. I guess maybe it's not fine. We're missing a bit of health too, so we'll chuck on Trog's hand because that gives us the MR and it gives us the magic resist, so we hopefully won't get marked. XV 11% now. This little triangle, I guess it's a triangle. That's... What is this pop-up? Cyclops. What? Oh, priest. What is this? Ogre? What is happening? I don't know. Anyway, that little yellow symbol that the orcs have is the might symbol. We'll let the warden step through the door. If you stand on the door against the warden, you'll often, when he seals it, you'll get pulled into the room. Okay. Let's keep tabbing. There's another warden. Seal the doors. Okay. More summons. Not summons. I should stop saying that because I don't want you to think of them as summons. They're real monsters. Cool, we did it. Let's rest up. I'll just step around the corner so that you can't see me. His word of recall thing, by the way, he'll only do it if he can see you. Even if he starts recalling, if you can break line of sight, he'll stop. I think you can see this vault guard. They're nothing special. They're just kind of tanky dudes who hit hard, and especially hit hard when mited. Unusually strong. We can fight one dude even when mited. There you go. It's just block, 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 block. Shield, so good. Battle Axe of Pain. This is the first pain weapon that I've noticed, so I'll explain pain to you. You'd never be able to use it as Trog, but what pain weapons do is they do the extra damage they do is based on your necromancy skill. As Trog, you're not even allowed to skill spell schools, so that would never happen. You wouldn't ever use pain. It would effectively be at 0 skill. It's effectively a plain battle axe. Pain is best on weapons that hit really fast, such as daggers, because it's a flat damage. So, unlike cold and flame damage, why am I using my war axe with fire? Whoops! I wonder how long I've been doing that. Did I just do spider like that? We got marked. Okay. But to finish my earlier thought, freezing and fire damage on weapons do a percentage. It's based on the base damage of your weapon, so it's better on high damage weapons such as executioner's axes. Not very good on low damage weapons such as daggers, spears, etc. Weapons that are brands that have a flat damage type, such as pain, because it's based on your necromancy skill, or electricity, are best on fast weapons, because every attack you make, even if it's got a low base damage, has a chance, or with pain, definitely will do that flat damage. Because we've been marked, and because we haven't explored down here, it looks just like a room, but we don't know. Everything on the floor now knows where we are and it's going to be running at us. So we're going to start walking back towards the stairs. We probably won't go all the way. We're not that afraid. But let's stay here because we know we've explored all of this. So it's not like there are any doors down here that guys are going to be streaming through. Whereas maybe there's a door here that we don't know about. So if we stayed in this room, enemies would be coming in from down there. And we'll make our stand here. Nothing's coming. Here they come. Some Yaktors, a flayed ghost. These guys, I really like this enemy. It's a good enemy. It can hit for up to 30 damage. Can it really? Okay. They don't normally attack. What they do is this flay thing. Flay is a smite targeted ability, and it will temporarily take away a flat percent of your health. Let's just do it so you can see it. It looks really scary, and if you can't get to the flayed ghost, it is really scary. Why don't I just sit still so he'll flame me? He's attacking me. I just talked about how they never attack, and now he's not. There we go. Flay. So it takes these big chunks of your HP like this, and while I say temporary, it's temporary, one, if you walk away from him for a period of time, but if you kill him, you'll instantly get that HP back. So if you're next to the flayed ghost, you can just kill him, it's fine. If the flayed ghost is standing at the back of a room where you're fighting other guys, it's really bad. You're going to have to walk away from that. Because while it's technically temporary HP loss, that doesn't stop other things from then just killing you while you only have a tiny amount of HP. He's not flaying me. There we go. Normally they just... There you go. So you look at this and you're like, holy shit, I'm nearly dying. We're very nearly dying. But, oh my god, we're nearly dying. Oh my god, we're nearly dying. You kill him, well, our health is back. And we were marked that whole time. That was not a good time to be demonstrating. Oh well. Point is, if you can get to the flayed ghost, fine, just kill him. If you can't, get away. Do I care if I get marked? Not really. Yeah. It's gonna happen. We're walking around with without Trog's hand, we only have 1 pip of MR. So these guys are all pretty much gonna mark us. It's just a question of whenever I see one, do I want to be marked here or not? A warden? He's got a polearm, so he'll happily just hit me from here. But if I step to him, he might seal the door and pull me in. So I'll step back. He'll step forward and then we'll go get him. We don't want to be sealed in a room that we haven't seen. It was tiny anyway. All the same. Ah, this is a better example. So this flayed ghost, could we get to him? We could charge at him, I guess, but we'd rather just not. We'd rather just walk away. Also because we've been marked, so if we charged in here, enemies could be pouring out of this room. We could get sandwiched, which we don't want. 9-heart Preserver, we haven't seen yet. He has a minor healing, which he can use. I think the minor healing is only on himself. Yep. What he does is injury bond. So he basically tanks damage for other people. On his own, not threatening. They're kind of just beefy dudes that they have a lot of HP, but they don't really do much themselves other than potentially protect something else. We're gonna start walking away. There's our flayed ghost. We'll step out of sight. Okay, now that he's walked in, we can fight them. Where are these enemies coming from? I guess from this door. Yeah, you can see marks happening. Things are running from every direction. Ooh, that Centaur warrior has a wand of teleportation, which we want. Although I think he just used it on himself. Did he? He used it on me. Okay, so he tried to teleport me. There was a new enemy, but I accidentally killed him before I could point out to you. We've got a wand of teleportation. We will G for grab this ruined broad axe, and let's test that. Could be flaming, could be something else. Anti-magic. Okay, that's very good. This would have been really nice in Elf, actually, because what anti-magic does is it disrupts spells and magical abilities of those they hit. So this would have also been really good. If you recall, I ended up right next to Mara. If you end up right next to a magic enemy with an anti-magic axe, that's the perfect time to start hitting them, and then they won't be able to cast. This is also a very good axe against liches. At the end of the game, it's very good against orbs of fire, so this is good to have. At this point, we're not really afraid of hydras anymore. We could probably fight them even just with our broad axe of phrasing. So I'll drop that, and then I'll use equals I, and I will reassign this anti-magic axe to B. So now when I hit my apostrophe button, I'll go between these two. And this video's been a lot of talking, not so much playing. Let's find our enchant weapon scrolls. This one here. We'll buy that one. Oh, also just while I'm here, that scroll of magic mapping will be nice to have. So will the recharging and haste. Why not, while we're here. After raid, anti-magic axe, B. And I'm using Control F to find, by the way. Let's hit enter, it will do my last search again. Cool, we now have a +9 freezing axe and a +8 anti-magic axe. They're two axes that will serve us for the whole game. And let's go back to Vaults. Vaults 1. We are very hungry, we don't want to be that, we can't suck. E for eat. A meat ration. Let's be a filthy meat eater. Okay, cool. Now hopefully, because I've been stopping to explain all these new monsters, it's been a bit slow, but let's see if we can't, while we're marked we're going to wait here. Shouldn't explore. It's a very bad habit of me. Okay, good. This guy immediately started doing the word of recall thing. I'm gonna shut the door. He'll stop. Did he? It looks like he did. Maybe they changed that. Did they change that? It certainly used to be the case that they'd stop. But it also suddenly looks like all those monsters suddenly appeared. I'm gonna say that they've changed that. Okay. Well, there you go. If he starts recalling, kill him. That's a sorcerer. What's his paralyze? 33. Too high. Shrug's hand. Slime creatures. There's an enchant armor scroll. Let's put our plate mail up. And a stupid entropy weaver. So capital P, we'll put on our resist corrosion here. What an enemy. -8 with resist. Great. We'll put on cold again. Ooh. Shop. A jewelry shop. What do we got? We have a ring of poison resist. I guess that's... We went and did elf, but this is another way that we could have tried to find poison resistance. Before doing spider, we could have come to 2 bolts. Amulet of Regen is... I think people like it more than it's worth. It's a fine amulet. But reflection... I think a high reflection amulet is mostly better, but especially better with all our blocking skill. Rings, meh. The rest of these rings are all meh. Okay, it's just it would have had poison. Shift X. Greater than. Let's head down. Vaults 1 to 4 are pretty much the same. As in, it's not like they get that much more dangerous. This wizard. He has a 36% paralyze. Nope. Oh god, okay. I was just playing too fast there. Okay. So I just demonstrated what I was telling you not to do last floor, which is against a vault warden, don't stand on the door because you'll get pulled in. Alright. So what do? Here's a new enemy as well. A stone giant. They're pretty much just upgraded cyclopses. They throw large rocks at you and they hit hard. Very hard in melee. What do we do? One little bonus is that the warden has blocked these other doors, so anything that's in there isn't going to come out. We don't want to Zerk because there are just way too many things and they're everywhere. So I'm going to summon a brother-in-arms to help. No, I unlocked it. Maybe monsters can open the locked ones. I'm going to start fighting. And if we start losing HP, we're going to teleport. Luckily, we're not as... This would be super bad. Well, if it's not already super bad. But it'd be even worse normally because you'd have all these ranged dudes pelting you while you try to fight this. But our reflection makes that fine. Looks like us. Hey, okay, our door's open. Let's get back in the hallway. Our stone giant is really owning. Let him go. Okay, we did it. But that became, because I was playing a bit faster, that became an unnecessarily dangerous situation. Have you seen these? No. A Death Knight. Two things. One, injury mirror. If he does that, a little red symbol will come up. The other one is, oops, I didn't mean to step forward. X, V. The other one is agony. Agony is basically torment that halves your HP, but it checks your magic resistance, whereas torment will just hit you no matter what. 47% chance to be effectively tormented. Thank you. AB, Shulk's hand. It is now 2%. Much better. We'll just start whacking away, and if he does his injury mirror, there it is, that little red arrow, that means he's going to reflect damage at us. So while he's doing that, we'll just wait it out. Done. A new ring of evasion. Let's check that out. It might be more than this one. Hey, it was. +6. Cool, we got an upgrade. Let's drop to +5. Will we? What would I rather? You know what? Let's keep the +5. Let's walk around with +11 evasion from our rings. And then if we see a cold enemy, we'll put our cold ring on. We now have 27 evasion. That's actually absurd. There's an invis dude here. It's just an ogre mage. If you weren't trying to... Where'd that bug go? Did I kill it? I think I did. If you weren't being imposing restrictions on yourself, like I am, you'd be wearing a slaying ring. That'd be better than the evasion. This wizard, he has a 36% chance to banish us. Nope. This is a new enemy, a Rakasha. He has Phantom Mirror, which makes a copy of enemies, not a copy of you, not like Mara. Oh, the copy will be somewhat fragile. Okay. All these things I'm learning by reading the descriptions of everything. I thought they were essentially the same as enemy copies. So he can copy himself, but that's not so bad. The main danger is if you have something like this, it's a spellcaster, it's going to copy this wizard, and then all the copies are all going to shoot lightning bolts at me. Also, it can happen with, say, that wizard's invisible. I'm going to want to see him. For example, you can copy dragons, and then they're all going to start hitting you with their fire breath, etc. Recharging. We do have a scroll of identity. Let's identify... Well, first of all, let's figure out what this scroll that we're reading could be. We haven't yet seen Quiet, Silence, Torment. Silence is useful, the other two would be good. So we're going to say... actually, you know what? No. Because I was considering identifying my teleportation wand, but we're walking around with 12 scrolls of teleportation, so let's just ID this scroll. It is silence. Okay, I'm glad I didn't bet on the 1 in 3 chance that it wasn't that. A fire giant. And we haven't seen a bunch of these. A phantasmal warrior. It can blink onto you, that's one thing. But its main thing is that its damage, its attacks can halve your MR. So they're more dangerous. They're often found together with vampires that can paralyze you. So in that case, you don't want to get your MR halved. A deep troll is just another step up troll. They're just tankier. And a fire giant is just, as you might expect, someone who hits you with fire magic. We'll ID that chainmail later. Bonus book. And how long have we done? Not long enough. We need Trog's hand against this box sorcerer. Shut the door. Oh, didn't notice this, but he has a distortion weapon. Whoops! Did I just not even see? Yeah, when he walked into vision, he was really a distortion weapon. Again, playing too fast. Okay. Well, we're already in combat. If we get banished to the abyss, it's not the worst thing ever now. We'd be better off, and we're trapped in, so we may as well just try to kill him ASAP. Okay, got lucky. Should pay attention. Little elf room. Well, we just did. Oh, that shot of ice really hurt. I was just saying anti-magic is really good against elves. Not so good against this guy. Use our anti-magic axe. Means when we start hitting him, he'll stop using his spells. If we're lucky. Let's not get stuck in that room. We got given a larger time. Great. We've pretty much seen the main dangers of vaults, as in vaults 1 to 4. The way that you die usually, or that people would die, because I wouldn't. These planes though! Oh my god. The wind must be such that they're flying directly over my house today. The way that, not me because I wouldn't die, but the way that people usually die in vaults would be some combination of being locked in a room and then having convokers summon a whole lot of things in. That's pretty much it. As in, as long as you're careful to avoid... This is a perfect example of where... Why don't I finish my other thought? As long as you don't get trapped in these fights that are really bad, such as you're trapped in a room, you're marked, the whole floor is going to be running at you while you're stuck in that room. One, ideally you avoid that situation, but if you can't, then you teleport. And also, if you quaff a potion, I haven't mentioned this, but if you quaff a cancellation potion, that will get rid of mark. If you ever get marked in a really bad place and you want to teleport away, but you're thinking, well, I'm going to teleport somewhere else and then everyone will still know where I am, you can quaff cancellation and that will purge the mark. Okay, Ettins. They can do 45 damage plus its dire flail and 45 damage plus its dire flail. So we're talking a lot of damage in one go. If both hit, we're talking over 100 damage. This is an enemy where if you don't notice that it's been mited, it's gonna kill you and you'll suddenly be surprised. Whoa, I just lost 150 damage in one go and died. What happened? Make sure it's not mited. Didn't see me. The actor didn't see me and dragons can't open doors. Alright, dragon, come on. Poor dragons. Burn this one. There is a unique dragon that can open doors. If you see the unique dragon, don't close the door and think that it won't come in, because it will. We don't want to get agonied, so we'll put Trog's hand on. This is another example of a potentially annoying combination. If he halves my MR, it means that this guy can then agony me. Okay, we didn't get it. And while he's reflecting damage, we'll walk away. 20. Moving up in the world. Shut this door. You didn't see me there. That's how we did. Because there are unexplored rooms down, and this guy's gonna probably mark us and start running away. Hey, marked. We can be here, that's fine. As long as you're not, while you're marked, you're not having enemies run at you from both directions. He's gonna steal that door. Also, here's a floating eye. They have a smite targeted irresistible, as in your MRs are irrelevant, paralyze. Luckily, it's only a short paralyze, but there's not really much you can do about it. Let's summon a bro in arms, because this is getting ugly. We don't want to get paralyzed. Well, we probably will, but we don't want to get paralyzed and then summon another one. And then just die. Okay. The eyeball was turns out a shapeshifter. We are going to choke his hand, because it's a sorcerer. And just, with our bro in arms, we'll just kill everything. Wait out the mark. And that's our floor. Do we see Crypt? We did. I'll explain Crypt to you. Crypt is kind of like Elf in that it's like a bonus sort of room. It doesn't itself have a rune, but if you were doing an extended game, the entrance to Tomb, where's Tomb at the end? The entrance to Tomb is through Crypt. It's a three floor branch. Like Elf, it has a lot of treasure potentially at the end, but unlike Elf, I wouldn't do this one in most 3-ring games. Yeah, given the choice, I'd do Elf. You don't really need to do both. I mean, if you... No, I'm going to say in a 3-ring game, you pretty much never need to do Crypt. Unless, say, your whole game somehow didn't spawn some form of fire resistance, which you need for Zot 5. You could go to Crypt, but otherwise I wouldn't bother. We could go check ahead and have a peek. Its whole thing is it's undead themed. But on Crypt 3, there'll potentially be ancient liches and other really dangerous things. It's much more dangerous than Elf. If we were afraid of crystal spears from annihilators, crystal spears from ancient liches are much worse. 144 at max. Alright. That's this floor done. Forts 3, we'll continue that next time.